Earlier, my vocal range was only this. Dhani sa re ga ma pa dhani sa sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa ni dha. But now, see, sa re ga ma pa dhani sa re ga ma pa ga re sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa re ga ma pa dhani sa. So that's the 2.5 octave range. And so you must have listened to different singers which sing with 2 octave or even 2.5 octave vocal range. Sometimes in rare cases even 3 octave vocal range, right? And we go, wow, I wish I could sing like that. That's what we think about it. But when we try to sing that much higher or that much broader range, lower notes or higher note, what happens? Our voice starts cracking, throat starts hurting, and we immediately go back to our comfortable zone. Right? So, one big question: is it really possible to increase your vocal range without straining your throat or the vocal cords? Well, yes, I just showed you. My range was very limited. It was just 1.5 octave range. But eventually I developed it and improved, and now I can sing up to 2.5 octave. So in this video I am going to show you 5 powerful vocal exercises that would be like a, you can say, gym for your voice, like workout for your voice. And if you practice these exercises consistently, believe me, gradually you can also expand your vocal range up to 2 or even 2.5 octave. So before we go to the actual vocal exercises, let me share my personal experience with all of you. Earlier, I could sing hardly 1.5 octave, and that too in C sharp. Okay, even in C sharp, my hardly I could sing up to lower the and then up to like say upper re maximum. Even G, upper G used to be stressful, or I used to feel the stress in my throat when I used to, or I tried to reach to the upper G. But now what you heard, it was in D sharp, like the 2.5 octave. So it is possible, definitely. And did you observe any stress on my face when I was singing? Right. So it is possible to sing it effortlessly even in the higher scale. Earlier we all go through this, we all face this problem, but let me be honest. This process will not happen in say weeks time. For me also it took almost 2 to 3 years of regular practice to reach to this particular level. But during this journey, I discovered some very practical techniques that helped me to expand my vocal range, and exactly those techniques I would like to share with all of you from this video. So what all you will learn in this particular video? So I will cover 5 different techniques. First is the mastering airflow. Second is daily warm-up exercise with different Swaralankars. Third is singing in higher pitch. Fourth, it is touching the higher note slightly, and then eventually fifth one is holding the long notes. So these are the 5 basic and very essential techniques which will help you, or if you practice them like a gym routine for your voice, they will definitely help you to improve your vocal range, as well as they will give you flexibility in your voice. So, the first and the most important technique is mastering the airflow. We need to talk about this. So, many singers, you might have listened, They talk about chest voice, stomach voice, mixed voice, head voice, throat voice culture, and so many terminologies. But the real foundation behind all this is control over the airflow. If you master the airflow, expanding your vocal range becomes much easier. Now the throat singing problem. We all almost all of us go through this. In the beginning, we all sing from the throat, this region. And I used to do the same. When we sing from the throat, generally our voice becomes tight. There is very less flexibility if we try to sing from this particular region. Then the throat becomes tired very quickly. You can feel the strain or stress in your vocal cords very easily. And the third, singing higher notes or even the lower notes, it becomes very difficult. So now our goal is gradually shifting that airflow deeper from throat to the stomach and chest, and eventually mix all these voices to get the mixed voice. Okay, but that is fine. I mean, this is the theory, right? How to actually practice that? That is the question. So we have to start slowly. Don't rush. When you sing slowly, it becomes easier for you to observe your voice and the airflow. So whenever you feel the strain in your throat region, understand that that is the sign of barriers in the airflow, or your airflow is getting blocked somewhere. That is why you are singing from the throat region. We have to shift it to the chest region. So if you observe that, pause, take a deep breath, and restart again. Do not stress your voice beyond that limit, otherwise, you might damage your vocal cords. So, as I mentioned, breathing is very essential part to master the airflow. We think what all of us breathe, right? But no, there is a difference. Okay, deep and gentle breathe in and slowly exhaling out. That is very essential for classical musicians. So take a deep and gentle breath. Ensure that you're not forcing your stomach. Okay, if you feel the pressure on your stomach, then there is some problem. That means the breathing is not gentle. So breathing should not be forceful. And then we have to exhale slowly. While exhaling, because we sing while exhaling only. Once we get habituated to this, we will be able to hold the breath for longer time. Okay, once we breathe in and sing while exhaling, if the air finishes, okay, in the chest region, then stop, take a pause, inhale again, and then continue your singing. Initially, it might sound like you are breaking your singing in between, but that is okay unless you develop the continuous airflow or you understand the technique of quick inhalation and slow exhalation. So till that time we have to practice this. Only then we will get the control over the airflow. Very often shallow breathing is the main reason for throat singing. Now eventually once we practice all this quick inhalation and slow exhalation, this habit will help us to shift from throat singing to the chest singing. It will also increase the chest capacity. Now, how will we understand that we are singing from the throat versus we are singing from the chest? Okay, a big question. Because in the beginning we don't know what is it is. Let me try to show you the difference between the mm, chest voice and throat voice a little bit if you can understand that. I will also show you one or I will tell you one technique with which you can feel it. This is just my observation. Okay. So let me first give you the demo of the throat and the chest singing. So see, I will try, okay, because now I am habituated to sing from the chest and mixed voice. So still I will try. So see, ah, immediately I start feeling the stress here in the throat region because I am singing from the throat. You can hear there is some harshness in my voice. Now I will shift it to the chest voice and listen to it. It becomes more soothing. Okay, could you understand the difference? Right? Now, slowly we will start observing our own singing once we practice the breathing technique and the meditation, all those things. So, initially start with a slow tempo because when we sing faster, observing our own singing becomes a bit difficult. Okay, so start with the slow singing. Now, whenever we start getting the strain in the throat, understand that there is some issue in the airflow. Now, sometimes you might experience that in couple of minutes. Sometimes maybe you will experience it after say 5 minutes or so. But slowly, as our chest capacity increases, we will be able to sing for say 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and so on, like 1 hour, without getting any stress on your throat. But remember, the breathing and observing your own singing is very, very important. Now, um, here is one small exercise. Okay, this is just my observation. Keep one palm on your chest and one palm on your throat when you are singing and try to sing. While singing, try to observe where the vibrations are coming when you are singing. Now, when we sing from the throat, the vibrations are generally observed in the chest region, although you will feel the force or the weight in the throat region, but the vibrations, major vibrations, you will feel in the chest region. And on the contrary, when you are singing from the chest, you will feel the weight here or the force in the chest, but the vibrations that you will feel in the throat region. It's a bit, I mean, unusual, or you can say even weird observation, but that is what I have observed. So I think that will tell you whether you are singing from the chest or whether you are singing from the throat. Okay, and this awareness will help you to redirect the airflow properly, and eventually you will get the mastery over it. Now, to improve the airflow and get that particular control, two things help tremendously. First is pranayama, second is meditation. If you practice them, say 10 to 15 minutes per day, your breathing control will improve drastically. And when your mind becomes calm and stable, you will be able to observe your voice and airflow much better. You can check my video on 5 types of pranayam for singers to understand these techniques in detail. Now, once the airflow control is achieved, you will yourself notice that increasing your vocal range, it is not at all difficult. Rather, it automatically gets expanded in the process of gaining control over the airflow. Now let us move to the second technique, which is daily warm up with the Swaralankars. We often learn these Swaralankars, okay, in the school time or even in the beginning phases of our like Indian classical music learning. But we eventually don't practice that. that much. Okay, so they are important to develop or train our brain to think into different patterns. But apart from that, they also provide a daily warm up for our vocal muscles. Okay, so these Swaralankars or the Palta, what we call, think it or you can think of them like polishing your vocal pathway. It's like similar to how we polish the wood with the sandpaper, right? It becomes smooth after polishing. So that is the exact job of these Swaralankars. If we practice them every day, they will smoothen our voice. Now, how to practice that? One thing is that we can practice the aroha and avaroha of a particular rag. Okay, that is straight going up and down. Then there are some swar alankars or palta exercises. They are like different permutations and combinations of the notes or the swaras. So we can sing them in sargam, we can sing them in akar, ikar, ukar, ekar, okar. So all the different vowels, they will change the shape of our mouth, like a, u, e, o, a, right? And they will also change the shape of the airflow, which will help us to get better control over our own voice. Okay, so let us take a couple of examples of these Swaralankar patterns. They generally go with like mathematical logic of like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sorry, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, likewise. So let me try to sing couple of them in say Ragu and so 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, that pattern. So how will it be? Sa re re ga ga pa pa dha dha sa sa dha dha pa pa ga ga re re sa. One pattern. Second is like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So sa re ga pa da sa sa dha pa ga re ga re sa. Okay, so initially we generally sing but as we master or get the control over the airflow, it will become very smooth. See, right, in one breath, that too. Initially we may not be able to do that, but eventually this is how our vocal range will also expand. Okay, then the third alankar may be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sare sare ga ga pa ga ra. Okay, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa re ga pa ra sa dha pa ga re sa. Okay, so you have to do the repetitions. Okay, 5 to 10 repetitions of these Swaralankars every day in sargam as well as akar, ukar, ikar. So that repetition is very important. It will do the job of polishing your vocal cords. Now, after we practice these kind of warm-up exercises, how to practice the expanding the range gradually. Okay, like we'll start singing with only one octave generally. Say, let's take example of Rag Yaman. First we will sing only the Aroha and Avroha, only one octave. Then gradually we will sing one higher note, one lower note at one time, and we will try to give exercise for our vocal muscles. Now remember, it acts like a memory, like muscle memory, what we call in the gym. So same for our vocal muscles as well. Initially, we will just touch those notes and come back. Then we will try to hold those notes for the longer time. That is how the muscles also will develop the memory that we have to go beyond certain range. So slowly we will be able to expand our range. Now let us do this exercise with Rag Yaman. Okay. So first I will sing only the Aroha and Avroha, only one octave. So Yaman goes like ni re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. So practice this for 5 to 10 times, just the aroha avroha in one particular octave. Now we went only up to sa. Now let us try to go up to the upper ring. Okay. Ni re ga ma dha ni re sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So we try to hit the upper ring. Okay. Because nire is nire sa, so we I mean nire ga in aroha, so we sang in the same way like to maintain the rag yaman. Now we did the upper re, right? Let us do the lower ni. So we were coming back to sa, but we will go to ni and then again come to sa. So we are starting from ni anyway, but still while doing the avroha as well, we will do that. So ni re ga ma dha ni re sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni sa. You may not be able to do that in one breath initially. Okay, so pause there, take full breath and then start again. So you can break it, say ni re ga ma dha. If your capacity is only that much, stop. Full breath. Dha ni re sa ni dha. Stop. Pa ma ga re sa ni sa. Okay. Slowly you will develop the control over the airflow and also you will be able to expand the range. Okay. So breathing is very important. Now let us try to hit the upper ga. Re we did, now upper ga and lower ni. So ni re ga ma dha ni re ga re sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni sa. Okay, now lower the. One by one we are increasing, but okay, I am just showing you one time, but you have to practice it for 5 to 10 times each of that. Okay, every day. This is apart from the your daily warm up. Now lower the. Ni re ga ma dha ni re ga re sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni dha ni sa. Dha. We went up to dha, from dha to upper ga. So this is how gradually we will have to practice this every day, and this will help you to get that muscle memory as well for your vocal muscles, and eventually after multiple repetitions your voice starts becoming smoother. You will observe that the strain here on the throat muscles, it will reduce gradually. And you can also do this kind of riyaz. We did that in sargam like with swaras, but you can do it in akar as well. That also helps. So do this multiple times every day consistently for a couple of months, and you will yourself observe the difference in your own voice. See how you can expand the range. Okay. So let us move to the third technique. Now the third technique is changing your scale of singing. For example, suppose your regular scale is say C or C sharp, whatever it could be. Practice this exercise. Okay, the aroha and avroha, what we practice in one particular say rag, or you can take any thought, or just do the saregama padanisa, whatever. Do that in your vocal range first. Okay, if you are singing in say C, do it in C or C sharp. Then go to the next scale. Say if you are singing in C sharp, go to the D. Or if you are singing in C, go to C sharp and sing that again. Then to D, then to D sharp. Also on the lower side, say below C, uh, B, B flat, A. Okay. Likewise, only one Aroha and Avroha, that part, do every uh, in each scale, do it for 5 to 10 times. So repeat it for 5 to 10 times. Okay. Now this gently pushes your voice beyond its comfort zone. But remember, it's very important thing. Never force your voice, because airflow control, unless you get that and it is not stable, uh, if you try to sing in higher scale, you may produce unnecessary strain on your throat again. So have to progress gradually. Right now, say like I was singing earlier in uh, D sharp, but let me try to show you first with say D scale, um, the same Aroha Aroha. Now this is a D scale. So ni re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni na pa ma ga re sa. Okay, same Yaman Aroha Aroha. Repeat it for 5 to 10 times if this is your regular scale. Now let us shift to the one scale even below this. So this was D. Now let me shift to C. Okay, I will put the Tanpura. Now this is C, C Tanpura and C. So ni re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. Okay, this was in C. Now let's go back to the D sharp again, because this was D and now D sharp. So one scale higher, one scale higher, one scale lower. Likewise. Um, Now this is D sharp. Hmm? So ni re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Okay, same one aroha avroha, but change the scales. Go up and go down slowly. Then see, this will help to develop, or you will get that agility in your voice, and eventually your vocal range will also expand. So do this kind of exercise in each scale for 5 to 10 times. Do not forget to repeat. Okay, and also remember, do not stress your throat. Go only up to that particular scale where you are comfortable. Okay, but try to push it a little bit, but don't stress too much. Now the fourth technique is touching the higher notes and staying there, that is holding those notes. Earlier we were just touching the note and coming back. Now we will hold that note for 2 to 4 counts. Okay. Now we will do the same. Aroha Avroha Frag Yaman. Ni re ga ma dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. That is how we were doing it earlier. Now we will hold sa for say 2 counts. Okay, and then come back. Ni re ga ma dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. We hold sa for 2 counts. We can increase it 4 counts, 8 counts, as much as our capacity can allow us. Okay, gradually we have to practice this. Then let us go to upper re and hold it for say 2 counts. Ni re ga ma dha ni re sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. So we hold the re for 2 counts. Likewise, we can go even beyond that, whatever, as much as our capacity allows us to do so. So this trains our vocal muscle to stay comfortably on that higher note for longer time. This is like a gym, right? We do like we first put the tension on our muscles with say dumbbells or the weights, and then we try to hold it for some time. Same way. We are training our vocal muscles. This is like a vocal workout. Um, so that is the technique number 4. Now the technique number 5 is long notes again, but we will hold each note separately for the longer and longer time. Uh, Here we will focus on the breath control and the vocal stability as well. So instead of the patterns, we will just sing one note, uh, like say for a longer time. So first, let us do it for 2 counts, then say 4 counts, then 8 counts. Okay, I will give a demo. Like earlier, we were singing ni re ga ma dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. So it was just like one count on one particular swar or note. Now ni 2 counts re ga ma dha ni sa sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. Okay, so repeat it for say 5 to 10 times, then 4 counts ni re ga ma dha ni sa. Now I sang this in one breath, but if you are not able to, with each 4 counts, take a breath. I will show you in the Avroha. Sa ni dha pa ma. Okay, but don't do that for all your lifetime. Eventually we have to increase the breath capacity. So from ma onwards I will show you in one breath. Ma ga re sa. Okay, we have to reach to that particular level. Now the 8 counts as well. So ni. Now while doing this, remember that initially your voice might fumble like ni, but at the end, like gradually we have to make it steady. So ni, steady voice, not like ni, no ni, not like that. Ni, re, ga, ma, pa. Okay, so initially you might be able to hold only up to pa or not even up to pa. Gradually, so that's why I start first with only 2 counts, then 4 counts, then 8 counts. So this basically improves your breath control, voice stability, vocal stability, endurance, and the capacity, your chest capacity, swell holding capacity, and all that. And eventually, all these exercises will help you to expand your vocal range from say 1 octave or 1.5 octave to 2 octave, 2.5 octave, and maybe up to 3 or who knows, even beyond that. So, now these exercises which I showed you, you can also do them in Sargam like we did Ni, Re, Gama, but you can also do them in Akar, Ikar, Ukar, Ekar, Okar. That is another technique which also helps to uh, get that particular flexibility in your voice. So, finally, let me tell you this honestly. Consistency is very essential. If you practice these techniques regularly for 3 to 4 months, you will definitely start noticing the improvement in your voice. But remember three important things. First, consistency is very important. You have to practice it every day. Second, do not force your voice. Okay, I'm not getting this, let me force it harder. Do not do that. Gradually, if you practice this, automatically your voice will, or you will be able to reach to that particular goal. And the third thing, slow progress is always long lasting progress. So do it gently. Your voice is an internal instrument. No one can completely guide it from outside. You yourself have to observe it, understand it, train it patiently. Now, if you found this video helpful, do check out some of the other videos on my channel. And if you want to learn Indian classical music in a scientific and structured way, you can also check out my Sangeet Shastra course. The link is given in the description and also in the pinned comment. In this particular course, you will learn foundational concepts of Indian classical music, practical techniques, and the logic behind Indian classical music. So you can, after doing this particular course, you can master your voice and you will get mastery over classical music. You will be able to sing any rag and even you can compose your own music. So details are given in the description as well as in the pinned comment. You can check that. Now lastly, thank you very much for watching this video. Keep practicing, keep doing your riyaz, and I will see you soon in the next video with more and newer aspects of learning Indian classical music on your own. Bye bye.